Haley, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Good. How was your weekend?
It was great. Went out with my parents for dinner and then ate pizza on the weekend or on Sunday.
That's awesome. Is
Yeah.
that something you guys do a lot for pizza as a family, or was that?
Oh, it was just because I was craving it, and it was storming outside, so I didn't really want to go anywhere. So I'll just go pick it up, bring it home.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. So since we met last week, has anything changed, like with your eating habits, or did you not feel well at all, or was it kind of a normal week for you?
Actually, I had eaten a salad on campus and got food poisoning. So that night I ended up throwing up, and so then the next day I didn't really eat much food. Like on Thursday, except like a little few crackers here and there. And then exercising, did a couple of days.
Yeah? What did you do?
Video one day, and then went out and rode my bike around the neighborhood for like an hour.
Oh, okay. And by yourself? Just
by
riding?
myself.
Okay, very cool. I didn't mean to, I know you just started talking about your exercise, so we didn't talk about that food poisoning thing.
Yeah.
I don't want, that to pass without me mentioning it. So it was from somewhere on campus?
Yes.
Okay. It was somewhere you've eaten before on campus?
I don't normally eat
often?
food on campus.
So you normally bring it, like we had talked about before, right? Okay. How did you feel? I mean, obviously, how you physically felt, I know. But how, did that make you think anything different about eating on campus? Or, I would assume it maybe would. I'm not sure.
Well, can I say where it was from?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was from Chick-fil-A, and I love Chick-fil-A salads. All the time. That's always what I get. So I was like, oh, that sounds good. Something I'll eat besides, the burgers or whatever, that you can get on there. I was like, oh, let's go get a salad. And then as I was eating it, I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And then throughout the day, I started, feeling disgusting, and then got sick. So then, I don't think I'll ever eat Chick-fil-A again.
Oh,
not even, on campus, but in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, see, that makes me nervous. I don't know. Does that remind you of anything, from any labs you've had? I know a lot of times we have, labs where we see how food is prepared and stuff. And I remember you mentioning in the last session, that's something that kind of gets to you, right? Do you, is it, because you suspect something like that, or?
Yeah, anytime, for food quantity labs, watching the people actually, make the food and I have to, help them, it's I saw what you were doing, so I don't know if that's really what I want to eat. And now that I've actually, got sick from it, who knows what they're doing is even correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And
they're supposed to be teaching us proper things.
Right. Yeah, I understand. I mean, that would make me really uneasy, too. So, and I know you have said before, too, sometimes food just grosses you out in general. Some people have that, random aversions that they can't really, place,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, at the same time, I feel like that's almost not a problem to be maybe I'll avoid this restaurant.
Yeah.
It's not like you're restricting, a food group because you're afraid of food poisoning. It's you're not trusting those people probably, right? Yeah. Okay.
So I always, try to get something different at different places just to, broaden my horizons.
Yeah.
And then if I don't like it, then I just won't go back to that same dish, but I'll, try the restaurant again. And then after multiple times of, oh, it wasn't that good, then I'll just not go.
Right, exactly.
So.
Or after
Everything.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened.
That's
okay. Awful. Yeah, I mean, I would probably trust myself more. I would trust myself to pack a salad more than I would maybe trust them. So, oh gosh. Ugh. Okay, so, but that brings us to, that reminds me, right? One of the things we did talk about last time was food prepping, right? And kind of setting yourself up to know that you will have things ready, right, before the day gets crazy and you get hectic and you start, cutting corners and wanting to just go buy a lunch wherever you can get it or whatever. And I know you've said, a lot of times in your case, you may not buy something when you're on campus, but it'll be more of just ooh, I guess I don't have a lunch
today. Yeah.
Right.
And it's something that I know, that's why I chose it. And I was like,
yeah,
maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally understand that. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
If I have to pick between something I don't really like, or don't feel like I want to eat, or don't want to pay to eat, and I don't bring lunch, then I probably just will wait, So I totally understand that, and that's why I think that for people that are more like us as far as with our food, that having that planning is gonna help a lot.
Benefit, yeah.
So if you're okay with it, I was going to just give you a couple ideas for lunches and stuff, just based on some of the things that you had said last time about, your food preferences and things like that. And then we can talk, maybe a little more about your exercising, or just kind of address anything else that you might want to talk about.
Okay.
So I have a sheet that I'll give you with a few of these ideas written down, and then if you like them and you want to, follow up and ask me questions or get more ideas that are similar to these,
or like change things in and out if I don't really like one thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but kind of just giving you like a basis to like work off of. So one thing that I would suggest, because you did mention that you, a lot of times, like having maybe not access to a microwave or like something like that, like worrying about like, what if this is a food that I want to eat warm and I can't, right?
Right.
So personally, I just kind of avoid that problem by usually not bringing something that I have to warm up. And you sounded like last time, you were okay with that idea, right? Like that's not something that bothers you.
Well, I think that it's just like with chicken, but if you like grilled chicken, then it's fine cold.
Right.
Like,
but if we're just like a baked
chicken, is it still fine?
Oh yeah, cold, it's okay
like,
as long as you hold it at like a safe temperature, like as far as like cold temperature, right? So like if you keep it cool, like in a little lunch baggy thing,
like with like an ice pack at the bottom of it or something.
As long as you keep it safe, as far as like once it's been cooked, holding it at either a cold temperature or that warm temperature, that's important. Either way is going to be okay.
So you would suggest like putting it in the microwave in the morning, like zapping it, warming it up, and then putting it in the salad, or just take it straight from the fridge?
If you wanted it warm, I would say you would kind of want to warm it up like right before you eat it. You don't really want to take it out of the fridge, bring the temperature up, and then let it sit in a lunchbox like kind of warm for a few hours. That's not as safe. So when I was saying like keeping it at either a cold or a warm temperature, I would mean like at a refrigerated type of temperature below 40 something degrees, or like warm, like ready to eat kind of warm, not like lukewarm food. You know what I mean? Because that's the bad spot, that in between there. But yeah, I mean, you don't have
cold
to.
Chicken will be fine.
Yeah, and especially if you're like not weirded out by it. If it's like grilled and you're like, oh, it's in my salad, great. Yeah, that's fine. And if you can get the chance to zap it, before you throw it in your salad, like right when you eat it, that's fine too. Either way is going to be like safe as long as you're cool with the idea of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I understand that a little bit too, like with the meats and the temperatures and stuff. When I first started bringing lunches a lot, I would always be like, just this part, just warm up the meat part of the salad. But you really don't have to, as long as you prepared it carefully and then you kept it cold.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so some of the ideas I have on here are salads, and because you did say, like, I want to definitely have meat in my lunch, but you weren't, like, opposed to salads. I know some people,
I love salads.
In their mind, they don't fill them up, right? But, if you make a good one,
and you put a lot of extra vegetables on top.
Yeah, exactly. Salads can be really good, as long as you, aren't like, ooh, this bed of lettuce with some tomatoes in the salad, right? If you know how to make a good salad, then you're happy. So I would say one way that I really, really like to pack salads, and it's a little bit like trendy right now, so you've probably seen people actually doing it, but it's because it works really well too, is taking a mason jar and putting the heaviest stuff and usually like the more liquidy type of stuff on the bottom, and then kind of stacking up and going towards like the less dense things and the things that really shouldn't get like wet almost.
So like the cut up vegetables. Do you ever put chickpeas in your salad? Would that go at the bottom as well? Okay.
Yeah, I really actually like. I'll make like almost like a Mediterranean or like Greek type of flavor profile salad with like balsamic vinegar and olive oil, or just a balsamic vinaigrette too is okay. Either way,
just from like a regular jar, like salad, dressing.
Either that kind, or because I cook a lot with balsamic vinegar, so I sometimes have that and olive oil on hand.
And just make it yourself.
Just do that. But either way, something more of like that kind of flavor type of dressing, and then chickpeas and like feta cheese and some tomatoes and chicken and stuff like that, and it's really good.
And you'll put the cheese at the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing you don't want to put too close to the dressing is like the kind of like light salad greens, or if you had like a vegetable that was more delicate, like maybe what would be a good example of that?
Do they like tomatoes, like chopped up tomatoes?
Yeah, like if they were cut up, like and they were kind of like already open, like cherry tomatoes that are like whole with the skin on them wouldn't get as soft, but like something like exposed like that would. But that's a way that I really, really like to pack salads, is like the heavy stuff and the dressing type stuff on the bottom, and then you just kind of layer from there, because the greens won't ever get soggy. And if you are going to make it like 2 days ahead of time or 3, it still actually stays really good. And you just put it in the fridge, and you can even like take a little piece of paper towel and like put it in the top of the jar. So like once you've packed the whole salad, like lay a little piece of paper towel on the top before you seal it up, because it'll absorb any extra moisture over the couple days.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's really cool. And then you pull it out, and you're like, oh, that's kind of good thing that's like not in my greens.
Yeah, because then that will that prevents it from getting soggy.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps it way fresher or way more fresh. I don't know.
And then you just shake it up.
Yeah, and some people don't like to eat it out of the jar just because if you don't have those like more, there's like wide mouth ones, right? Some have like the skinnier neck or whatever. If you don't like that, you can always just like bring a little Tupperware or something.
Just dump it into it.
Dump it. That's what I usually do because I'm kind of like a messy eater and I don't want to like
try
dig
to
in there. Yeah, but the idea of like keeping it fresh in that way is like really, really good. Having it stacked like
okay.
So that might be something good to try.
Okay.
And then they're cute. It's like fun. You're like, my adorable little lunch, you know. But it does. It works like a lot better than you would think. Like at first I was kind of skeptical.
Yeah.
But it works really well. And so then you can kind of vary that and mix it up based on what you like salad wise. But I have a couple of like basic like ideas, you know, for like layered stuff in there. So that was one idea that I had. And then something that I've noticed a lot of people have been doing recently, which may or may not be your thing, but I like snack foods. Like some people feel like, oh, that was just a snack, that doesn't count.
Right.
I'm a snacker and I enjoy it and like it's fun and I don't know, I like the variety of having like, a bunch of different snacks.
Things.
Yes, and so there's some really cool Tupperware, like types of Tupperware that you can get with like the dividers in them. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah.
At like Target or one of those places. But you can make like a little like bento box thing. You know?
Oh yeah,
heard of those?
Yeah.
I love to make something like that with like some good like crackers, like especially ones that are, you know, ones maybe that have flaxseed or like something a little more nutritious in them, but like a nutritious, like dense kind of cracker, with some like I don't know, maybe like some. I like white cheddar cheese a lot. I don't like if you like cheese and crackers. I like something like that.
Well, one time I tried to like bring cheese, like cut up cheese, and eat it with crackers. And by the time I got like to lunch, the cheese was like sticky, not sticky, but like.
Did you? Okay, so did you have a place to carry it that had like
just in a baggie? You know?
Yeah. See, cheese if it doesn't stay cold enough might get like that.
And it wasn't good. I ended up throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, I would say only do this then if you have like a little ice pack that you can bring. But there are a lot of stores now, like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, like all those kinds of like even Home Goods, those types of stores.
They have a lot of Tupperware
they have
things like
really
that.
good like lunch type of items. Like for like my roommate actually got a cool little one, and it's like an insulated like you know that like neoprene material or whatever it is. Like it's like a almost like a polyester feeling type of material, you know.
Is it a lunch box? Okay.
It's like a little lunch pack thing, you know. And so then there's a space on the bottom to slide an ice pack in.
Oh, and then
awesome.
and is there like a...
And then it's like a divider.
And then you can put yourself on top of it?
Oh, okay. It's really cool. And it's not that big. It probably is, you know, that big around. Like it's nothing like bulky or anything.
So whenever I ate all my food out of it, I could roll it up in my backpack.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm not around like this.
That's the point. You can kind of roll it up so it'll get about as small as the ice pack is, you know, plus a little bulk around it or whatever. But and then you can just kind of like slide it into like the side pocket of your backpack or something.
Okay.
But I really, really like those because you don't have to think about the whole,
keeping it cold,
you know, and then it's safer too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're young and your immune system's good, it's not as big of an issue.
Right.
But it's still a good habit to get into, like, practicing food safety.
Okay.
But I would suggest one of those. If you think about it, it would save you so much money compared to, like,
throwing stuff away.
Throwing things away or buying lunch here or whatever it is, right? But yeah, definitely. And if you like more snacky type foods and stuff, I know you had said like you don't often snack like during the day. You just if you can sit down and eat a meal, you're cool with it. But
I don't mind snacking, but like I'll get like a variety nut pack or something. But then I'll eat them for like a couple of days, and I'm like, I don't like them anymore.
Gotcha.
And I get tired of things. Like that kind of stuff
quickly. Okay, I see.
I try to add like little M&Ms sometimes, just to like spruce it up a little bit. If I'm trying to eat peanuts or something, I want to add a little bit flavor, I guess, to them.
No, I understand that. I mean, it's reasonable. I know. I need to like even if I make a bunch of salads for the week or a bunch of whatever it is, there has to be something different in there.
Yeah.
Like whether I use different dressing or like. I bring like a little thing, like a little snack with it so that I'm not eating
just the salad.
All the time. Yeah, so I totally understand that. But thankfully, like, you can stock up on things like nuts or fruit or whatever and just kind of like cycle through and like bring something different with you every day, right? So you don't get bored. But if you do want kind of like a quick lunch, like, you know, I don't have time to make chicken tonight to like pack those lunches for the next couple of days or whatever it is. If you want a lunch that you can literally just like take a bunch of pieces and throw it together, those little bento things are like really popular right now. So you can get, you know, fruit, cheese, crackers. I know you said you used to eat a lot of deli meat and then you kind of shied away, right? But there are some brands that have some interesting ones or some more fresh ones with less sodium. So if you found something like that you like, you know, you can do kind of like just a combination of all different.
So do you prefer to get deli meat from like the deli when they actually like slice it up? Is that better for you than the ones that you get in like the packages? Even though it says like no added water, no added preservatives, but then it's still like it's kind of slimy if it's not from the fresh part of it.
Yeah, so I'm a texture person. So nutritionally, if you're getting like a good brand that does, you know, not add like nitrates or extra sodium or extra water or whatever, if you get a company that, you know, is pretty honest and wholesome with like the way they process the lunch meat, I don't think that the package and the deli thing is going to be that different unless it's like a texture thing for you, because I'm the same way. I would prefer it fresh sliced because I feel like it is not as
slimy.
And like for me too, I do like the convenience of stuff like that, and so it's worth it in my mind to splurge a little bit on something like that and say go to like a Central Market or something and get their kind, which I feel like is better for me, you know,
and it's because where you got it,
right? Exactly. But because they do also, you know, have certain practices where they're not going to pump it with a nitrate solution or something like that,
or something
right?
Like that.
Exactly. And so that's kind of my trade-off. I'm like, okay, I'll pick the one that's a little more expensive, so that I feel like I'm not putting something so bad in my body. And also like then it's a little bit better quality, like texture-wise and stuff too. So if you wanted like that convenience of something like that, you could always go to a slightly more expensive probably, but you know, a slightly more wholesome like option for something like that. And then one other thing that actually I've seen my roommate do a lot recently and I think is pretty cool, and this one would be a lot easier to pack. It wouldn't be like you had to layer it like a salad, but especially because of the meat thing too, and saying maybe I do want to heat it up sometimes. I like to make like quinoa salads, and you can eat them cold or hot. They're really good either way. So basically, instead of greens, I just use quinoa as like the base, right?
So you'll like cook it ahead of time then?
Yeah. So I just cook like a huge batch. You can make like 6 cups of it at once, and like I literally will make a giant batch, and then I'll just scoop it like into half-cup portions into all like different Tupperwares, and then I'll just have like a little stack of them. Right? And then anytime I want to make a quinoa salad, I just get a big Tupperware out and I grab one of those, I toss it in there, I grab some chicken, I toss it in there, whatever vegetables I have, some cheese, some dressing, anything. And it won't get soggy like greens will, so you can mix it all together beforehand and not worry about it. And then if you see a microwave and you're like, ooh, sounds great, right? Warm, cool.
Or
if you don't, it's fine cold.
Like room
again, as long as you're just careful with, you know, bring an ice pack with any food, really. I mean, the only foods you don't need to bring an ice pack with are, like, you know, if your fruits and vegetables are still whole and stuff, you know. But really, if you've done any sort of, like, cooking and prep with food, you do want to
keep it at temperature
close to as cold as you can, right? So I would still say it's never a bad idea when you bring your own food to pack it with the ice pack. But the nice thing about that, like, kind of quinoa salad mix thing is going to be, if you can warm it up, cool. It's not like you're trying to warm up salad greens, right? So you're not going to, like, ruin it. And if you can't, then it's really good.
Fine.
Too.
I'll have to try that. I really do like quinoa. Better than, and I like rice too. Because I sometimes get like it's like quinoa rice like mixed together.
Yeah, and that one would work great too.
In like the organic section, it cooks in the microwave. It cooks in the microwave.
Really?
For 2 minutes.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
It's really good. And I'll mix it with some vegetables and stuff like that. Like make a stir fry.
Yeah. Sometimes. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so neat. I love it. I like finding out new stuff.
So then, do you think raw vegetables or frozen vegetables? Because I'll go through and like go get like fresh ones. But that just takes a lot of time to like cut it and like clean it. And to cook it. You know. But so then I'll do frozen. But what?
So frozen,
the trade-off.
Yeah, so they're actually, frozen vegetables are great, like fruits as well. And frozen produce is really, really good because they pick it, it's fresh, right? And then it's pretty instantly frozen. So really the nutritional value is just fine. It's just if there wasn't a texture issue. Like if you were going to have like, veggies and hummus or something like that, and you wanted that crunch, you might not get it when you do.
Because then you have to like boil it out, like right it that way.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you're going to use it, like if you're going to just like cook some veggies, like steam them or use the fruit in a smoothie or whatever it is, right? Things where the texture won't be as noticeable or it will get changed anyway.
Yeah.
They're so great because the nutritional value is just as good, if not sometimes better.
Okay.
Sometimes produce sits for a really long time, like in transit, and it starts to kind
deteriorate.
So it's actually a really, really good option, really good option.
Because then it holds on, because I don't go through, you think, oh, I'll eat this in like 3 days, and then like end of the week you're like, oh, that banana's still sitting there.
Yeah,
it's like brown.
Right, and especially I remember, reading through, like you mostly cook, like, your family will do the dinners, right? But as far as the other foods, that's kind of on your own. Yeah. So it's not like there's 5 different people eating that serving of vegetables that day, right? It's kind of just you with stuff like that that you make. So, yeah, it's a good idea. It's definitely a good idea to go the route that you won't waste it. There, as long as you know it's as nutritious, which it is. That's perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we've talked quite a bit about the food, and then you do have some stuff to take home, so you can always continue looking over it.
Okay.
Do you have any, other questions, or just, after us talking the last time, did that bring up anything that you wanted to reflect upon or, talk about more that we hadn't hit last time?
I don't know.
Okay. It's okay if you don't. I just know sometimes, it may jog your memory or make you think, oh, I never mentioned that kind of thing, and then it came up during the week after we had met. But if not, it's totally cool. I'm just going to look through my notes and kind of see if there's anything that we haven't revisited, sort of. So you did mention last time that you don't love cooking, like you don't love the time commitment, right, associated with it. So do some of the things we talked about sound like things that would be like,
as long as I can just like put it, like grab salad, throw it in a bucket, do this, do that, done.
It's literally just like building something, like doop, 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 right? Yeah. Yes. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because I did make a note of that one. I remember. Yeah. Cool. So I mean, I think you have some pretty good habits already. It's more of just kind of.
Thank you. I try. I really try.
That's awesome. That's so good. I feel like for you, it's more of just kind of how can I make this a little bit easier so that I do it a little bit more. With the lunches, and then the same thing with the gym too. Yeah. How can I just make it something I want to do a little more because I already will go. But like, how can I really make sure I always
really
follow
enjoy
through?
It?
Yes, exactly. So, but some of those things that you did this past week, do you think those were good exercise, choices that you could have?
I did it.
Yeah, and was it not?
And it felt good afterwards.
Yeah,
it was like I had to do it, and I did it.
Right.
Because I knew I was going to see you, and I'll tell you, I really did it.
I love it.
So I was like, okay, I have to do it to tell Brittany I actually did it.
Yes. No, I mean, one day, eventually, maybe you won't have to tell me.
Right.
Maybe you'll just want to do
but
it.
But it can be dedicated.
Right.
There
exactly. That's all you need.
2 is better than 0.
Yeah, a lot better. That's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe a gym buddy in the future too. See, that's someone else knows if I don't do it motivation, which is kind of the way I work too.
It's like the guilt factor. Mm-hmm. Oh, even though they don't know, they're still gonna find out.
So I should probably just go.
I should probably go.
And then you go and you're so happy.
Yeah.
So might as well. Okay. Well, I think that I like the changes that I've heard so far with your stuff, and I hope that we're able to kind of figure out some things that will help you. Make things like taking lunch, which was kind of your main food-related focus, right? Issue, exactly. I hope it makes that easier. And so if you want to follow up with me and ask me questions about any of the stuff I give you, feel free. But for now, I feel like covered some of the major stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, too, and share and be open.
Yeah.
It's important. I know sometimes it's hard to open up and talk about stuff. Food is a weirdly personal thing for a lot of people, so.
At least I'm not eating like tons of ice cream, because then I probably wouldn't really tell you that either. I did not really do that.
Hey, I love ice cream. There's nothing wrong with ice cream, right? That was my habit when I was little. Every night.
Ice cream?
Every night. Ice cream with my dad. So, but, no, not as much. But nothing wrong with ice cream. I mean, I would tell you if I had some this weekend, which I did.
Yeah,
so.
ice cream.
Well, okay. Well, thank you very much. And I hope you like your materials.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
Follow up with me on that.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.